$3
Now, is that Trump's fault? No.
Okay.
That's not Trump's fault.
No.
And if you ask Trump whose fault it is, he's going to say it's Biden's fault.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, like you said, whoever's in office is in office. Now, I will say that this does seem like a different climate when it comes to politics. I don't think that we've ever been, I don't know if it's been this engaged before or whatever the case may be, but I know that everybody is involved in politics right now. People that have probably never voted before in their lives, but now everybody's on politics.
It's almost like watching a movie and everybody's watching this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I was told that it is being ran like a reality show.
It is, bro.
You know, that at right now, the way that the White House is being ran is almost like it's a reality show. I don't know, man. I think at the end of the day, you're always going to find fault with the other candidate or the other party or whatever the case may be. But I think for people, I will say this. I think for a lot of people, they have really made a god out of the president.
Absolutely.
Facts. Yeah,
They'll say
facts,
that.
huh?
And I think anytime
Even the people that don't like him.
even the ones that don't like him, but I think anytime that you do that, you're destined for downfall. You're destined to be stressed out. You're destined to. You're really setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, that's a
And
fact.
I think for a lot of people and a lot of us in general, I think that's one of the biggest issues is we've made a god out of who's in the office right now. And it's unfortunate because, if you're worshiping who's in the office, then that means you're not worshiping who you should be worshiping. And he definitely ain't gonna be pleased about that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. My biggest challenge with where we are is, and you've said it in a different way, is the idolatry of the situation.
Yeah.
Like it's the point that you only see what your team does is good, and you only see what the other team does is bad. You'll never convince me that somebody gets in the office and only makes bad decisions for 4 years straight. But if you listen to the right media outlet, you listen to the right person, that's all that happened. They only make horrible decisions because I'm not on their team and I don't support them. And if they do something good, don't talk about it, ignore it, because look at all the bad stuff they did. You know what I mean? And that's idolatry. You can't be honest. You can't tell the truth. And that bothers me. Both sides do it just the same. The media outlets that support those sides only report on the stuff that makes their team and their politician look good. Yeah. And they only report the stuff that makes the other side look bad. That's not journalistic integrity. That's not honest. That's lying for $1.
Yeah.
The pastors that support certain politicians only speak up when that politician does something that lines up with their theology, and they only speak about the other person when that person does something wrong. Pastor, you're abusing your pulpit and the call that you've been given.
Absolutely.
You need to step down and tighten up, straight up.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's political idolatry.
Absolutely.
And here's the part that I know is the biggest piece, is you're in idolatry when you're more passionate about your politician than you are the Prince of Peace.
That's crazy.
You feel what I'm saying?
And that's what's happening.
You get more worked up about what they got going on, and you get more worked up about the God you claim you give your life for. Yeah. So like when you can prove to me and you can make a better, more impassioned case to me about why this person needs to be in office than you can make to me about who God is, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
That's good.
If you don't have if you're not, with God, you don't have no religion, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person that will Bible verses all up in their bio and on all that stuff, and they talk about Jesus all the time. But when you talk about a politician, they lose it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second. Like, why are you more impassioned about this than you are that?
That's good.
And that's the part where, like, I feel like we don't even realize how much hope we put in parties and people.
Right. Yeah, bro. Right.
There are real issues we need to discuss. There's real challenges and inequities we need to deal with. There's real stuff that needs to happen on both sides.
Absolutely.
But when you were more passionate about that person, that 4 years, that party, than you are God,
That's
something's
problem,
radically off. And I think that to JB's point, like, that's where we end up with this deep, deep division. Because I would even argue, like, yeah, some people do treat the current president as God.
Right.
Yeah.
I would argue that some people would have treated the other candidate as God if she'd have made it.
Absolutely.
People do it regardless, because it's where you put your hope in. I think people do it. People do it no matter who they are. The problem is it looks worse because of the personality of the current president.
Yeah.
And the Christian, quote unquote Christian backing, quote unquote.
Because I don't think
Super quote
I don't
unquote,
think
right?
anybody ever treated Joe